About a year ago, I reviewed the shining retro gaming stallion, the Retron 5. A first impressions review made too soon. It's been a year and a whole other console later, and it's time to take a closer look at this thing. Since I missed a few things the first time, we're going to take another look at what this thing can do. The Retron 5 was developed by Hyperkin in 2014 and coughed out onto the internet shortly after. The console boasts the ability to play multiple retro console games in HD, region-free. It doubles as an NES, a Sega Genesis, a Super Nintendo, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy and Famicom, not pictured here. But what's so impressive about the thing is how it does it. Every cartridge you pop in, it rips the game from the cart and then runs an emulator, and that's essentially what you play the game on. You're playing an emulation on your television. This comes with the usual emulation perks like save states, and you can emulate scan lines and change filter modes. I always use Super Eagle, but here's a comparison. Here's Funky's aeroplane barrel from Donkey Kong Country. The filter only really changes the softness of the pixels, and some filters do a better job than others. It's not really a massive difference, but some games look better with different filters on HD TV. It ranges from so sharp it hurts your eyes to so blurry you might need glasses. You can copy your save game from the cart to the Retron and back again, which is useful when you lose your saves. I've heard rumours that it also runs ROMs off SD cards, but I've never managed to get it to work. You can also use the SD card slot to run cheats and import and export your save games and store backups. You can take screenshots, adjust overscan, force different frame rates, adjust full screen, adjust the sound including bass boosts and treble boosts, but let's talk about something really important: the controllers. Now, the Retron came with a controller. It's wireless, reprogrammable, meaning that you can map any button to do anything, and it sucks balls. I threw this thing out the door the last time I took a look at it. You know why? Because on the side of the console, you have the option to plug in your old favourites, and not only that, you can experiment with them too. Want to play Street Fighter 2 with an NES controller? Go for it. The Retron may warn you that it's stupid, but it only warns you. It doesn't stop you from trying. See, without the 6-button controller, I can't punch. However, this doesn't seem to stop me from beating his ass. Well, I had to go and prove myself wrong. Either way, it's not a good idea. Really, you only need to get a Super Nintendo controller and it'll have enough buttons to play all the games you need to play. I'd like to also confirm that I was able to use the Mario Paint mouse with the Retron, but due to the Retron only being able to output to HD, and HD TVs not being able to support light gun games, no light gun games can work on the Retron, as far as I know. One thing I can definitely confirm is that the Atari 2600 controller does not work with this at all. Finally, let's take a look at what it also plays. Being region-free, it'll play pretty much any official cartridge, but it also plays a few unofficial cartridges, like my reproduction version of Castlevania Bloodlines and Earthbound. But region-free, it'll play my Japanese Turtles in Time carts, but it won't translate it. It also supports the Super FX chip, so it plays Star Fox in that. However, it didn't like my Game Boy Advance version of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, but it does play it. Saving, however, causes the game to freeze. There's a long list of compatible games and there's no way I can list them all, but so far, with the exception of Zelda, it's played every game that I have perfectly. So, it seems pretty sweet, huh? Well, that's where you're wrong. This is my first one, featured in the original video. It died a death when I accidentally plugged my Super Nintendo power cable into it, frying it instantly. No way to replace the parts, nothing much I could do. It was an honest accident with all the cables I have laying around, and it could have happened at any point. However, when we took it apart, we noticed all the pins were slightly bent from the constant putting in and taking out of cartridges. It's true that putting these cartridges in isn't easy, but trying to get them out is a pain in the ass. You have to try and pull it up and lift it to the right and sort of drag the cartridge out of the slot like you're ripping a tooth. It doesn't really want to let it go. After the purchase of a second Retron and a few months of use, this one also started having problems with the connectors touching together, and it was causing a malfunction, resulting in none of the slots working properly until we adjusted the pins back into place. The NES cartridges seem to be the worst, so I simply can't play NES games on the Retron anymore because of this. This is my only complaint, but it's a big one. The cartridges shouldn't be so hard to remove, and the pins shouldn't be so flimsy. My original NES from 1985 plays its cartridges just fine. No bent pins or anything, they're all perfect. So you'd think with over 30 years of foresight, you'd think that maybe, just maybe they had made something that doesn't damage itself the more you use it. This isn't wear and tear, this is poor design. Considering the price of the thing is around the $100 region, buying more than one isn't something most people want to do. This isn't a disposable item. In conclusion, the Retron 5 is an amazing piece of hardware that's simply poorly made. Do its benefits outweigh its flaws? In my opinion, barely. But it's really for you to decide. Thanks for watching everyone, more videos to come later.